Hi guys, are you a self-employed agent or are you maybe a new agent that's got a pretty tight budget? Um, Both scenarios I understand fully. In the last 10 or so years, I've been an estate agent for 20 years now, but in the last 10 years, I've gone from a self-employed agent to owning my own estate agency. So I definitely understand the constraints on budget when you're a self-employed agent to throw at stuff like lead generation. And I understand starting a new agency as well, where cash flow can be very, very tight to start with, and you've really got to watch every penny that you spend. So I just want to show you today a self-employed or a low budget campaign that we ran. So I'm going to give you a live example. This was for a self-employed agent on her own, targeting 2 postcodes. Now, unfortunately, she's had to leave and move area. However, I went back and downloaded all the leads that she had got in, and I've just had a look at which ones had come good and which haven't. Just to give you an idea on what you can spend to get what back. So here we go. So this was an associate slash self-employed role. The budget of this person was just £100 per month. So that breaks down into £3.50 per day. It was, as I mentioned before, 2 postcoded areas. Now, one thing I do want to remind you of, and I do this on every single video that I run, 1 in 5 leads through Google, so we use an instant valuation tool through Google, 1 in 5 of these leads will come good, and data said that they will come good within 18 months. Now, I'm finding that these leads are coming good within around anything from 3 days through to 6 months. And these particular leads that we're looking at today, the longest that one of them took to come to market was 6 months, and the quickest was 3 days. I've looked at the dates of when the lead come in, and I've looked at the dates of when the property came to market. So this was the campaign that we ran. Just so you know what these are up here. This is the amount of clicks into the advert that we were running. This is impressions. So this is 5,500 times that the advert was seen just in those 2 postcodes, which is phenomenal, really. As an individual, if you're seeing 5,500 times in an advert, you can safely say that eventually, within a few months, people are really going to get to know who you are, which is personal brand, which is what it's all about as a self-employed role. So the campaign we ended up with, and you can see where I ran the campaign from, the 5th of August. So we had 37. We ran the campaign for about a month and a half. We had 37 leads in, which was a pretty good amount. And they came in at a cost of £3.19 per lead. These were the leads that I downloaded. So if we have a look at, obviously I've had to blur it out for obvious reasons. I've based the fee just on 1%. I know some of you guys out there get more than 1%. Some get less than 1%. Some do a fixed fee, etc., etc. It's just easiest to base it off 1%. You can base your own figures off whatever you need to base them off. If it's 2%, double all these figures and you've got your 2%. So as you can see, I saw when the property was listed. So this is at 2nd of October, 21st of August, etc. And we added up the amount of each instruction. So 37 leads we got in. And here's a breakdown on the 37 leads. Let's get right into the figures. So we got 8 instructions. So go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 came to market. So that's 8 for £17,050. That's based on a 1% fee. The total cost was £118. We cut it off sort of nearly halfway through the second month, which was £3.50 per day. That's £3.19 per lead, which is pretty cheap. I must say this sort of a bit of a warning at this stage is that depending on where you are in the country, the population, London, for example, the cost per lead can really vary. So just be aware of that. If you want a forecast on what the leads might cost, I'm happy to do that for you as well. So £3.19 per lead. 5 leads are needed for an instruction. Remember, I said the rule is 1 in 5 always come good, which means 5 times £3.19, so it's £3.19 per lead. You need 5 leads for an instruction to come good. That's £15.95 per instruction. I could probably just end the video here by saying, do you want to pay £15.95 per instruction? However, just a bit more advice on these is that number one, fact is that 1 in 5 of these leads come good. So we know that. Number two, you need some kind of nurture system. And really, it needs to be an automated nurture system. If you don't have an automated nurture system, all you're going to end up doing is phoning these leads and going, hi, it's me again. I know I spoke to you last week and you said you weren't selling for the next couple of months, but do you want to sell sooner? It's difficult to have a conversation with people where every time you're just going, you ready to sell yet? They get quite irritated and probably switch off. Whereas if you've got a nurture system and you've got some good content going out, these leads will end up converting. So when I say good content, helpful and useful content that goes out, content that's also relevant to the time of year, maybe time sensitive. So at this stage of the year, I might send out a campaign, something like, are you still looking to agree a sale before Christmas? Or would you like to move at the beginning of 2024? Whatever that may be. Other ideas for converting these leads. If you run an open house, which as an individual self-employed estate agents, you 100% should run open houses, because everyone that gets invited to the open house hopefully has a house to sell. So I would be taking these leads. So we've got 37 leads. 8 of them have come good. You've still got 29 that could possibly come good. So what I would be doing with them, I'd be sending them open house invites. So every single time you do an open house, send all these valuation leads an open house invite, and then follow up after the open house to let them know how it went, how many viewings you did, how many offers you got. And then, of course, send them a sold email template just to say, look, we ended up selling this. And if you keep doing that, you keep them involved. I think the best way to convert these leads is to keep them involved, keep inviting them to open houses, keep letting them know what's new to market, keep giving them the market updates, and then, of course, keep phoning them and having a conversation and establishing a relationship with these leads. Because if you don't, someone else will get the listing, because 1 in 5 of these will come good, whether it comes good with you or another agent, they will come good. Listen, I hope that's been helpful. This is as low as £100 budget per month. I've got agents that spend £3,000 with me per month. So whatever your budget, please contact me, because I can do what's called a forecast or a Google forecast, just to show you how many leads you could potentially get within a given postcode. I hope all that makes sense. I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers.